Hey, it's Seth from Citizens Disability. Today, I'm going to tell you what you need to know about applying for Social Security disability insurance benefits in the Big Bend State, Tennessee. Hey, every state's different. That's obvious and everyone knows it. What's less obvious, what most folks don't know, is that applies to SSDI claims, or Social Security disability insurance claims, as well. Because of the way the Social Security Administration structures this process, the state you live in can have a real effect on an applicant's waiting times and on their likelihood of winning their benefits at each step of the process. We track this data pretty closely. We've updated our numbers as we do every year in February, so this Tennessee data is certified fresh for 2021. Now, as you may know from watching some of our other videos, and there's plenty of them, there's basically 3 steps in the SSDI application process. You got the initial application, reconsideration, and the hearing. Those first 2 steps, initial application and reconsideration, are handled at the state level by state-run disability determination services, agencies who work on behalf of the Social Security Administration, following all the same rules and all the same regulations. And as you can see from this chart coming in from the right, over the past year in Tennessee, about 38.4% of initial applications for SSDI benefits were approved. You can see how that compares here to the national average of 38.4%. Tennessee is exactly on par with the average. You can also see how Tennessee has done over the years, going back to 2010, and we can see that although Tennessee has been below the national average for the past few years, they are now in a dead heat tie. As we made this video in February 2021, Tennessee ranks 31st in the nation in terms of the rate of approvals at the initial level. The key takeaway here, though, is that in Tennessee, at the initial application level, 6 out of every 10 claims for disability benefits are being denied. Now, if those odds make you a little bit nervous, thinking about your own potential claim, yeah, it's understandable, but there's no reason to panic. First reason not to panic is there's people like us here at Citizens Disability, specialized disability advocates who can help with the application process all the way through to improve a claimant's chances of success at every stage. And if you want to see how an advocate could help you with your claim, click this little banner up here in the top right. You can watch a video all about it. Second reason not to panic is that being denied at initial application does not have to be the end of the road. That's because when people get denied at the initial application level, typically they're going to appeal that denial. They're going to ask for reconsideration, or recon as we call it. Reconsideration is also handled at the state level. And as this chart coming in from the right is going to show you, it is indeed actually pretty rare for people to get approved at recon, the second stage out of 3. You can see that's reflected in both this Tennessee data and the national data. Tennessee, with an approval rate of 15.8%, is a little bit ahead of the national average at 13.7%, but those are still pretty low numbers. And you can see how Tennessee, again, has done over the last 10 years, and we can see that Tennessee just recently surpassed that national average. Overall, in 2021 so far, Tennessee ranks 14th in the nation in terms of approvals at reconsideration. The majority of people who apply for SSDI benefits in the United States do have to go to this third stage of the process called the hearing. That's going to be true for applicants for Tennessee as well. We have a ton of information on our website and other videos here on YouTube all about the hearing process if you want to get all the details. You can even see what a hearing is actually like. Just click this little banner up here in the top right. The short version is, if you've been denied at reconsideration, you're going to appeal that denial, and you're going to go to a hearing in front of an administrative law judge who works for the Social Security Administration at the federal level. This is another area where all the states are very different. Most states have at least one, but usually several, SSA hearing locations throughout the state, and each individual office has its own waiting times and its own approval rates. In this chart coming in from the right, you can see how Tennessee fares on average across all other offices against the national average for approval rate at hearing. It looks like through 2020 and into 2021 so far, Tennessee is coming in at 56.9% on average. Compare that to this national average of 51.1%. Tennessee ranks 11th in the nation. Now, when you appeal and you ask for that hearing, we should warn you, it can take a pretty long time for that hearing to actually happen. And of course, we got a video all about that too. See it up here in the top right. When it comes to waiting times in Tennessee, you can see them here in the blue bars. We have the national average of 11.4 months of waiting time before the hearing, and we can see that across the state for Tennessee, the average is 10.5 months, just a little bit ahead of the average. You can see we have more than one hearing location in Tennessee, and we can see that the shortest waiting time in the state is in Franklin with a very respectable waiting time of 8.1 months. The longest waiting time in the state is Kingsport with a waiting time of 11.8 months. So overall, Tennessee does have a shorter wait time than the national average, with only two of their offices being above the national average. We can also see that each office has its own approval rates. Those are the red bars. And looking at the 2020 data leading into 2021, we can see that the best situation is in Kingsport with an approval rate of 62.8%. That's pretty good. Things look less good over at Franklin with an approval rate of 50.8. But overall, Tennessee is slightly above the national average. All of their offices are above 50%, and most are above the national average. So in looking at our data, we can see that for approval rates at hearing, Tennessee overall ranks, as we had said, 11th in the nation, while for hearing waiting times, Tennessee ranks 13th in the nation. Important thing to remember here is that these waiting times that we're talking about for Tennessee as a state and for all these individual offices, is that those are average waiting times. Some folks may get their hearings quicker than those average times we're showing you, but some folks are going to have to wait longer, sometimes even a lot longer than those average numbers we just showed you. Now, we got a lot more data about Tennessee at our website, www.citizensdisability.com. You can check it all out. Come and visit us. Click on our state-by-state page and click into your state. We update our data every year so you can stay current on what's happening and have up-to-date information at your fingertips. Now, if you are thinking about applying for SSDI benefits, no matter where you are in the country or what the approval rates look like there, we strongly encourage you to please get help from a disability advocate, like us here at Citizens Disability, or a local specialist attorney. Especially after looking at all these approval rate numbers, you want to have the best possible chance at getting approved for your benefits. That's what an advocate can help you with. At Citizens Disability, we've been helping regular folks all across America apply for and win their SSDI benefits, and we've been doing it for over a decade. No advocacy group is more aggressive than we are, and no one handles more cases per year than we do. If you'd like to see if we can help you, no problem. Just come visit us. Again, it's www.citizensdisability.com, or you just call us at the number on the screen. Hey, thanks for watching our video about applying for SSDI benefits in the Big Bend State, Tennessee. If you liked what you saw here and you want to see more, do us a favor, volunteer and hit that subscribe button down there, and then ring the bell so you can get a notification when we publish more videos. We got a ton of content on the SSDI process, how it all works, and how we can help you. So please do feel free to explore both the website and at YouTube. And hey, do us another favor. Tell us what you think in that comment section down there. I hope I see you again soon for another video. Until then, I'll just say thanks for watching. And of course, have a great day.